Hey there, in YouTube land, and we just finished watching 8.5 on the Hulu Plus here with the Criterion channel. So it was an amazing film. I watched it here with my better half. It starred Mastroianni as a director who's over. He's shooting this. He's supposed to be shooting this science fiction film, and he's got nothing really. He's blocked, and he's BSing everybody, and he's going through a complete crisis. He's a complete crisis. He's going through his midlife crisis. He's going through a crisis of conscience. He's pretty much second guessing everything about him and everything about like past, present, and future. And he's not portrayed. Well, Mastroianni is a likable guy, but the character that's being portrayed is he's a very selfish guy. He's a director, and he can't direct this film. He can't do it because right now everything's out of control, and everything he wants to direct his entire life. And there's sequences, like there's a fantasy sequence that comes near the end of it, basically, where he does kind of like dream about like this typical guy type of dream, but not even just a typical guy dream, a typical kind of like fantasy for a director to like have complete control. In his films, he has this control, and he doesn't even have that anymore because he's stuck. He doesn't have a film. He's in a space where things aren't in his control in his life. They aren't in control in his film, and he's starting to kind of regress and think back on the past, on things that have happened to him, and we get to see a lot of that. So we get to see a lot of like flashbacks and dream states and fantasies as he struggles with everything basically. He's and it's all him. It's it's a midlife crisis. He is completely selfish, all him. He's got a wife, he's got a mistress, but it's never about what does what does my wife really think, but it's really about what does my wife really think and how that relates to him and how he's feeling. And it's never about, oh, my mistress and like what's going on with her and her actual husband and stuff like that. It's more about how it relates to everything that he's feeling. He's never really thinking about the other person, just thinking about how they fit in his life. He's a director, and he's taking that step just a step further. He wants to be able to direct everything in his life, and he wants to be able to compartmentalize and put people in the places that he wants to put them, and he wants them to be able to stay there. He doesn't understand when his wife comes to visit him that basically she's not exactly where he wants her to be. He fantasizes about where he wants his wife and his mistress to be in his life, but they're not there, and he just doesn't grasp the fact that people aren't the way in real life that he's directed them in the film. Life doesn't work like that, and that's one of the things that I took from it that I thought was kind of amazing, that I thought was incredible. I'm not sure if she took a lot of the same things, and I think that we come from very different spots. Like watching this movie, and I am the age of the character in the film. I've already gone through a midlife crisis, so just saying. So I do understand a lot of that. And there's a fantasy sequence where there's all the women that he's ever met around him, and they're for a lot of it. Basically, he's in control, and they're all like fawning over him and stuff like that. I have been there. Like I've had that entire almost fantasy. And even that fantasy goes out of control at a certain aspect, at a certain point. He's actually kind of whipping them back. He's trying to, at least literally, he's both figuratively and literally trying to put them in the places that he wants them with a whip. It's very Indiana Jones, actually. But he can't do that. Even in his fantasies, he really doesn't have the control that he wants because it doesn't work like that. And Fellini is amazing, and he's genius with that. And she's got a different perspective on this. I don't want to let her say. So, your thoughts? You don't want to say anything? What did you find? What did you take out of? What did you like most about the film?
Uh,
Oh, you mentioned it to me.
yes, well, I told you already.
Oh, they didn't hear it.
Okay. To me, the story is secondary. It's exactly what you said. It is the very, very personal angst of a midlife crisis individual artist, I suppose. So a lot of people, or a lot of men, will relate to this, obviously. Which it is funny to see that that was what you went to directly, and that's what stayed with you. It's the actual story. To me, the story was any story. Um, so nothing was in a way special about it. I don't think um, it was a hard story to tell. Uh, so yeah, so that didn't stay with me. What stayed with me were two things that spoke to me in that movie. The first one is that Fellini is one of the few that I have seen who manages to uh, when he describes in his movies, visually describes childhood memories, they feel, even though I don't relate in any way or shape with his own memories, because I'm not a boy, did not grow up in Italy, uh, so so obviously I don't relate to a lot of his memories, but the feeling I get from all his movies, not just Eight and a Half, but all the movies that I've watched, he really takes the essence of what it is to to remember childhood memories, and that's very very special, and it's a technique that he masters. The second aspect is, in a technical way, and I'm not talking about like the way he films it, which obviously is amazing as it is, but really, uh, I told you, Aaron, what I kind of don't particularly like in directors like Lynch, who are geniuses in their own right. But Lynch loves the dream state versus reality. Putting them against each other and confusing people, and I think that's what he does in all his movies. Lynch describes dreams, uh, but in this movie we see that there's Fellini does the same thing, and not only that, it's more complicated because you go from dream states to fantasy states to reality to memories, to so it's there's a whole bunch of reality versus non-reality moments, and they still are confusing, like they should be. The dream states are still confusing, they're still weird, but at the same time you don't feel the burden moving from fiction to reality or fantasy to reality. You don't feel how heavy it is. It just woven so seamlessly,
It's not a Bergman
without
heavy.
losing the fact that it's still, you are looking into somebody's fantasy. And he did it with nothing. Like, it's there's no props like you would see sometimes in certain movies where you see red curtains, or blurry things, or
There's no guy on the beach playing chess with death.
Oh, yes. Again, all of those all of these people are also masters in their craft, but it seems to me that Fellini does it in a very very classy, simple way, without losing again the magic of going into a dream state, fantasy state, and getting back into reality.
That's true. He never overburdens the audience.
No, it's very just, everything is smooth, and you still feel the confusion in a bit, like the dream state, and how important it is, and what he remembers, and the symbolism in a lot of things that he sees. Amazing.
Yeah, what I got to say, one of the things here is that with a lot of these films, with some of the criterions you pick up like Bergman, you pick up a lot of different stuff. It's challenging to the point where, for some people, it's off-putting.
I don't like Bergman. There you go. I've said it.
It's off-putting. I do. I like Bergman's more simpler stuff. Summer, Monica? That's a good one.
Yeah, again,
Summer
it's a fantasy. It's a little bit of Lolita type of crap. Anyway.
And let's not get into the Nabokov stuff. But basically, it's challenging but it's not in a way that somebody you could bring anybody in to watch like 8.5, I think, and I watch Fellini, and that's the thing, and that's what I really like
It's
about
not
that.
pretentious, even though it is a pretentious subject matter.
It could,
You know,
yeah.
it talks about
This could have been played
the
a
whole.
very.
The
This,
topic is pretentious. You're talking about somebody's ego, somebody who are basically super egotistical and they want to.
yeah, this is literally Fellini. This really is like when this is Fellini, pretty much himself putting himself on the screen, using Mastroianni as basically him. This was at a time when Fellini was blocked. This was at a time when Fellini was supposed to do a big film, and he didn't. And he did. He did 8.5 film. This is called 8.5 because it is the 8.5 film. It is very autobiographical. Much of Fellini's work is. You know, it's not completely. It's just things that's taken out of his life, and he's made something that's it's brilliant. It's brilliantly done, and there's nothing that you can. You have a bad point for this one? I don't. I don't think I do.
No, well, no.
Like I love the fact that he actually he's like many guys, especially from that area, from and that time. He fantasizes about an actress, Claudia Cardinale, who actually is in the film as Claudia Cardinale, and later on we see her. But even though she meets him and she challenges him on a lot of his thoughts, and then she pretty much disappears at a point where I actually thought they might have ended the film. We're never really sure if he's actually met Claudia Cardinale, or if he has, if that conversation that we have in that area has actually gone on. I like to think that it has, and that has challenged him a bit. He has like awakenings, and at the end of the film, his biggest, I guess, one of his biggest discoveries, that like giving too much away, is that they can do it. His wife Louisa and him can actually do it. Basically, if she can learn to, if they can learn to accept each other as they are. If she can accept him as he is.
If he there's never a question about him accepting her as she is.
Well, true, yeah.
It's the other way around.
I'm trying to be nice here.
No.
Yeah. So if she can, and basically she says, yeah, I can learn to accept your foibles, your flaws. So, which is very much a kind of another fancy aspect that we're never really sure if he has gone back and seen her. But the romantic in me wants to say, yes, okay, they've learned to accept, even though they learn to accept each other's flaws and understand that that's what real love's about. Not loving everybody when everything's perfect, because life's not like that. It's about loving everybody when it's not perfect, loving each other when it's not perfect. And
the realist in me says, dead weight, drop him.
You would so not. But it is an amazing film. It got me on so many levels, and her on other, and what's really cool is we could both watch this movie and get some completely different things out of the film, and still like get the base and enjoy the different aspects of it. 8.5, incredible. So I give 8.5 a 10 out of a 10. A 10 what? A 10 Claudia Cardinales out of 10, and that's amazing, because Claudia Cardinale, my dear friends, if you've never seen her, is the definition of the word a 10, even more so than Baudelaire. Just saying, check her out. If you haven't seen Claudia Cardinale, you're missing out.
Oh, she was in once something. What was that Western movie?
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in that.
She was.
That wouldn't say it was her best film though. It's a good film. It's an amazing film, but
no, but that's her American.
Her American big film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she ever do anything like on the raunchier side? She is French after all.
Well, she's not French. She's Italian.
Oh yeah.
She's Italian, but she's from Tunisia. She was born in Tunisia.
You're a big fan, aren't you?
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. So look, that's her female crush. Everybody's got one. Thanks for watching, guys. Say hello to the great Pin Lord in the sky, his buddy the Phantom, their friend the creature from the Black Lagoon. I am definitely not in a dream state, but I am dreaming about tea, so that's where I'm going to go right now. So thanks to my better half, who did an amazing job talking about the film right here, right now.
Last time. Don't put me on the spot again.
It's going to happen again. And for me right now, I am out of here. Have a great night and get yourself Hulu Plus. Watch some Criterions. Trust me, it's really, really worth it. This is the second Criterion, and we watched The Blob last night. We watched Fellini's 8.5 tonight. It's amazing. It just lets us know some movies that we want to have in our collection, and we will definitely don't regret getting Hulu Plus. It's amazing. Thanks for watching, guys.